going on? Any of you get that inner critic thing, that voice in my head that says I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'll never be as good as that other person, comparing myself to other people, feeling down about that. And a lot of us have that inner critic. And I do too. I've been working on that for a long time. And I choose not to believe it. When my inner critic, my inner voice tells me all these negative, bad things about myself. And the funny thing about it is I agree with them. I agree with my inner critic, and I perpetuate it because I am going on and on and on about it. I'm getting more depressed. My self-compassion is very minimal, and I'm more willing to help other people to distract from myself. So a lot of you might understand helping other people to distract from yourself. Maybe that is more comfortable than actually diving deep and being vulnerable for yourself. So I think having self-compassion is hugely important. So when that inner voice starts telling you these negative things, you're an idiot, nobody likes you, you don't fit in, you don't belong, you might as well just go away and never come back. Don't believe it. Stand by for a second and question your thoughts. Is it true or not? Put a fact to it. We're used to putting facts to everything. Fact check yourself. That's a good one. Fact check yourself. Fact check your thoughts. And if you can factually prove what you're saying is true, then it's true. But the chances are you won't be able to do that. Another way to stop these invading thoughts in our minds is to start talking to yourself with some compassion. Instead of cussing back at yourself, cussing back at your inner brain, you could always say, "Excuse me, brain, I choose not to think that." And it sounds corny, it sounds stupid. I thought it was sounding pretty stupid too when I first heard it. And I swore to myself that I probably would never say that because I didn't want to embarrass myself when nobody else is around and no one else can hear me because it's in my head. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So I did it. I started doing it. I started practicing it. And the more and more I practiced it, the better my inner critic sounded to me. It was nicer. It was compassionate. It had patience. It didn't rush and jump to conclusions. It didn't blame other people for my issues that I'm not willing to face or own up to. There's a lot to recovery. Just take it one step at a time. Maybe something that I say, something somebody else says will help you out. Try to grasp what works for you. Not everything in recovery is going to work for you. The same way it might work for me or somebody else. So take those small little steps. And the best thing about recovery, the way you'll know that you are growing and you are doing better, is that you'll start noticing that you're doing things differently than you did before. When you start doing the opposite of what you're used to doing. So if you're a runner, I'm a runner, I know about running. I run from relationships, I'll run right out the door. I run from vulnerability. I don't want you to see what's inside my heart, so I distract. I use my different masks, like laughter or anger or silence, sadness, isolation, whatever it is. I wear that so you don't see my heart. I don't want to let that stuff out because it hurts too much. It hurts to dive deep into that stuff. So I would rather distract from it. So what I do is that I just take a step back and try to move forward little by little. And when you are practicing these things, when you are doing the opposite, so instead of running out the door, you stay put where you're at. You might be the first to run out the door, run away from relationships, run away from feelings, run away from vulnerability, run away from the hippy-dippy bullshit stuff, right? But you'll be the first on scene. You'll be the first to back up your partners. You'll be the first to help someone that's stalled on the side of the road. You will be the first to be there. You'll be the first to call 911 or jump somebody and take the gun out of their hands before they kill more people, which that is a true hero. And thank God for people like that that are actually able to act in a situation that is life and death. And you'll notice that once you start changing those little bits, when you start doing something that's different and positive, give yourself a pat on the back. That is your drop in the bucket. That is your one thing that you can say, hey, I have a timeline here, right? I started off here. My life's a wreck. The train ran off the tracks and into a brick wall. I find myself needing help, and now I'm sort of forced to getting help. Okay, fine. Either you accept that or you don't. You fight it or you don't. I wouldn't recommend fighting it, but if you do, we're not all ready at the same time. You might not be ready yet, and that's okay. Give yourself a break. Maybe someday you'll be ready. Unfortunately, you might lose a lot before you're 100% ready. So try to get there as quick as you possibly can before you lose more stuff. But change does not happen in comfort. So when you sit through that uncomfortable parts of your life, note that you're changing. Give yourself a pat on that back. Give yourself some credit. Give yourself some self-compassion and love and self-forgiveness. And I didn't talk like this all the time. When I was a cop, I did not talk like this. I would not even be associated with recovery. And I was against all that stuff. I didn't like outwardly, talk down about it, but I shied away from it. And I tell you what, I wish I would have found it a lot sooner. My life would have been a lot different, but I'm glad it didn't because I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. So when you sit through those uncomfortable parts in your life and you get to look back on what you did today, one positive thing that you might have done today, note that because that's your recovery working for you. Have patience. Don't think it's always going to come right now. I think a lot of us, right? I have a little bit of patience. We use I statements. Okay. I hear it better if I use I statements. I don't have a lot of patience. So what I have to do is learn how to be more patient and sit with my feelings and wait for it to happen because it will happen. Please don't leave 5 minutes before the miracle happens because the miracle will happen and you'll notice it gradually. There's not going to be lightning bolts flying from the sky and, explosions and flowers growing up around you. You're going to notice it gradually. Give yourself some time and some patience because you'll notice it and you'll start growing from it one step at a time. But those little parts in your recovery, they stack up over time. And pretty soon you incorporate it into your life. If you're in a group process situation right now, lean into it. Lean into whatever you're doing. If you happen to start seeing a therapist or you want to see a therapist, I highly recommend that. It's an outside third party that you can bounce things off of and gain a better understanding about yourself. And that's all what we want to do, right? That's all what Halt and Call for Backup is all about. We want to reach as many people as we can and maybe give some information that they might be able to use to make their life better and have a happier, joyous life with their loved ones, their family members, their children. Isn't that what life's all about? Don't we want to be happy? And of course, yeah, there's going to be struggles, but there's going to be glorious times also. And remember this, they all pass. They all pass, right? It doesn't last forever. The celebrations don't last forever. The, retirement parties or the new birth or marriages, that celebration does not last forever. Neither does the tragedies in our life. Neither does the struggles. A lot of times we're in the best parts of our lives. We go, we don't want this ever to end. But of course we know it ends, right? Just like the struggles, flip it around. I'm in a struggle right now. I'm in a season of my life that I don't like, and I want it to end as soon as possible. Give it some time. You'll pass through it. If you're able to sit through it and get through it and let things go that used to bother you. Those resentments are a killer. They weigh us down. It's that dark matter inside that I hold on to. I feel comfortable with it, but it doesn't do me very much good. in life. I need to start looking at letting this stuff go and moving forward. I get on TikTok, I get on Instagram and Facebook and all that, and I look at everybody out there, and there's some really great presenters out there. They're having their reels out, and they really got some great information, and they have a lot of talent, and I really like that. I like watching people that are either humorous or have a really good story, or that are talking about current events, and they're very passionate about what they do. I'm very passionate about recovery. I know everybody has a 100% chance of being recovered, getting into recovery, but you have to go 100% in. If you're not 100% in, you're 100% out. It's either in or out. If you make that conscious decision to be in, awesome. There's so many people just like you that went through exactly what you're going through right now. So don't give up. Never give up. We don't give up no matter what. No matter what happens, we don't give up. We have that choice not to give up, and we have the choice to give up. But try not to blame anything else in your life for you giving up, because that will be your choice. And if you believe anything I'm saying right now, believe 15%, 5%, call bullshit on it all, maybe you will. Maybe you will get a little bit out of this. I don't know. Sometimes I'm rambling, and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I fall down a hole and I just forget what I'm talking about. And that could happen at any given time. And that's good. That's who I am. I accept myself for who I am, and I'm learning to grow in my recovery. I want to better myself until the day I die. I don't want to go back to substance abuse, misuse. I don't even want to taste it, right? That part of my life is done. I don't want to say never. I'm saying for today, move on to tomorrow. Tomorrow probably the same as today. Many days in a row, stack them together, time and distance, that is the plan for me. That is my recovery. And I'm at a point in my life right now that I have a passion to give it away. I have a passion to give it away, because if I don't give it away, I can't keep it. I'll eventually fall back into other things that I was doing, maybe worse things. But I want to stay connected with you. I want to stay connected with the recovery community. I want to stay connected with the people that are struggling, the people that have the courage to pick up that phone, to send a text message, a DM, reach out to one of their friends, reach out to their employment. If you have a peer support, you don't have to be a first responder. If you have an HR you're able to walk in and say, I need some help. Where do I go? That's the first step, is asking for help. If you don't ask for help, the chances are you're not going to get help. And other people will notice that you might need help and try to encourage you. But if you're fighting it, or if you go into recovery on a negative where you don't want to be there, you'll be there, but you won't be there. And I see it time and time again, and it doesn't bug me at all. I know eventually when you're ready, and I'll be ready to help you. And so will countless other people too that have been through exactly what you're going through. So you're not alone. It's very common. I mean, the human race it's very common to go through these things and to get stuck and to fall back into old behaviors and our coping skills that we grew up with. It's easy to fall back into that, but you know what? It's also pretty easy to start incorporating new ones. So I would suggest journaling. Start journaling. Write down your days. What happened today? What were your positives? What were your negatives? What was your feelings today? Did you halt? Are you hungry, angry, lonely, tired? Use those acronyms. How? Honesty, open-mindedness, willingness. Use some of those things, and it might work for you. Step by step, just don't give up. Do it daily. Start changing your routine. Start waking up, setting a timer and waking up even if you don't have to wake up. Start exercising more, but do it. You can make a plan, and a lot of times plans sit in binders or on your notes in your phone and forever, and you still never do it. Just do it. Get out there and start making some positive change. And chances are you're not going to notice a change right away. And a lot of us give up. A lot of us put some time into it, and we put our effort into it with the expectation that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And it doesn't happen quick enough for us. A week goes by, 2 weeks go by, a month goes by, and I don't know much change at all has happened. Maybe a little bit, but I think it should be more. Try not to have those big, giant expectations for yourself. If you're dealing with alcohol issues, yeah, work on that. Go to AA, go to Smart Recovery, go to Refuge Recovery, go to some group. Start that, start that one day at a time. Hang out with people that are dealing with the same things. And then your mental health too. Hang around people that are trying to help themselves in recovery, no matter what it is. And you'll be better. You'll be better for your family. You'll be better for yourself. It just takes one step at a time, and try not to have those expectations, because expectations are premeditated resentments. If I expect someone to reach my bar, the chances are they're not going to get there, and I'm already having a resentment towards them. So I'm just going to let it go. I'm trying not to compare myself to other people and let others live their lives the way they are living their lives. And they have their own program of recovery, even if they don't call it recovery, and even if they don't think they have a program. That's their way they're living their life. That's their learning points in life. And I'll be there for them if they need me, and others will be there for me if I need them. I surround myself with positive people. I would surround myself that will call me on my bullshit. So when I have a feeling that I'm bullshitting, when I want to, or when I think of the acronym WAIT, why am I talking? If I write a letter, or I don't write a letter. I haven't written a letter for years. If I'm going to send a text, let's say that I want to respond to a text or an email, I try to wait. I was going to give it a second. I'm not going to respond right away. If I had my inner critic, okay, so if my inner critic says, I'm not 100% sure about this, Mike, you're sort of acting on emotions right now, I just don't do it right away. I'll pull myself back, and I just won't do it. But when I react out of emotion in the moment, I usually look back and wish I would have waited. So maybe that would help you. It helps me. I'm working on myself daily, and I'm just riding the wave, right? I'm just riding the wave. It's not a tsunami anymore, and it's not a dry riverbed. It's just a chill lake, no matter what's happening in my life. And things do happen on the outside, and I'm dealing with things right now as we're speaking. And I deal with them in a calm, understanding, empathetic, self-compassionate manner, and incorporate all my support tools and all my support people in my life. And we work as a team to get through this. So if you're having a bad day, if you're worried about things, if you're stressed out about life, if you're not feeling good, if you're already halted and that's not working, give someone a call, reach out, do something different than you normally would do. If you're in your house and you're all alone and you're all sad and you're sort of in a pity party right now, then get out of it. Do the opposite. One little step at a time. Do something. Stand outside for a second. Walk around the block. Do something that can be more interactive in your life. And you'll notice a change. You'll notice a change, and your life's going to get better. So have a good one, and I hope this helped.